Evelyn, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. First of all, just quickly want to say, like, if you hear any background noise, like people yelling and stuff, it's basically just students that are done studying. Yes, they've graduated, and we have this tradition in Denmark where they basically drive around on this, like, trailer thing. I don't know how would you... Whatever, it's like a wagon, or it's not a wagon. Whatever, it's fine. It's a cart. Let's just call it a cart, okay. And they get drunk and they make a lot of noise. So that's happening because I live in the city, so this is where they drive around. They're visiting people and stuff. So if you can hear anything in the background, that's what it is. Yeah, let's just thought I would warn you guys about that. But anyway, I have a pretty soundproof apartment, but I can still hear them through my noise canceling headphones. So I'm assuming that the microphone will pick up on a little bit. But it is the way, like, it is what it is. So I can't do anything about it. I'm not gonna be the super annoying person who's like, could you please just know? Like, I'm not gonna ruin their celebrations like that. So I think people here in my country are quite happy these days, and because everything is just kind of like, you get a sense of normalcy these days here. So I think there's a lot of celebrations to be had, and on top of that, there's also, you know, the European Championship in football. Denmark qualified for the next rounds, so people are really excited about that. People are graduating, which is something to celebrate too, so there's just a lot going on outside. I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna read my books, build my houses in The Sims, but everyone else are celebrating like crazy. So yeah, it's just, there's a little bit of noise going on outside these days, but it's fine. It's actually kind of comforting a little bit, so I'm not mad about it at all. But anyway, today we are building on a 40 by 40 in Brindleton Bay. We're building a country house because I figured this kind of house would be okay. It doesn't really fit in with cottage living, so I could still kind of go this route for a house while we're waiting for access to that pack, or for that pack to be released, however you want to phrase that. So yeah, we're building a country house, and it's for two parents. Oh my gosh, I can barely remember. Two, because it's such a big house. Usually I'd be like, oh, this is a tiny house built on a 20 by 15 and it's for two Sims. But this house is not a tiny house at all. It's a 40 by 40. And it's for two parents, one teen, one kid, one toddler, possibly, something like that. I don't really remember anymore. Hold on, I gotta check the floor plan. Okay, so I was right. It's two parents and then one of each. So a teen, a kid, and also a tiny human. And it's a rather big house. Although I will say most of it from actually the house itself is not that big. It's because they have a pretty big garage. I didn't put a lot of stuff in there. You could definitely put in some fitness equipment or something like that. There's a woodworking table in there and a pumpkin carving station, and also, what's that thing called? Oh my gosh, I've completely forgot. I had the word and then I lost it. The thing you throw arrows at. Whatever. Darts. I just had to pause for a second there because that really bothered me, but they also have darts in the garage. But of course, like I said, you could place some fitness equipment in there, because other than that it's actually quite empty. But that's also because I didn't want to place fitness equipment in there, just because I wanted it to be like a realistic garage, that they could actually have the pickup truck that's now parked out at the front. They could actually have that placed in there when they want to, but you could turn it into whatever you may please. And yeah, other than that, the rest of the house, we kind of have like an open floor plan going on for the bottom floor, which I really like. And I also put the parents' bedroom on the bottom floor. Everything is just sort of, I've used like a mix of parenthood with cats and dogs, but I've also used a little bit of Dream Home Decorator because the couch, the modular couch, was perfect for this living room, just because I just wanted it to fit, like, I wanted there to be one couch instead of a 3-seater and a 2-seater, and then would have to awkwardly place them somehow. It's just easy when you have the modular couch. So the vibe fit well, and yeah, I like this house. I spent a lot of time on it, and I like the outcome. I hope you guys will like it too. And yeah, I am recording a whole bunch of houses and apartments this week, so if there is anything specific that you would like to see from me, definitely let me know in the comments section, because I'm on a recording spree. I want to get back to uploading videos over on my lifestyle channel, almost a real life channel, that's what it's called, my lifestyle channel. So it's just been a little bit difficult lately with all the releases that we had in The Sims, because it's been a lot. Like, let's not, we can agree on that, right? There's been a lot all at once. So I just it's been hard to keep up when you do this for a living, but you also want to do other stuff such as the lifestyle channel. So I've just been desperately trying to keep up, but it's really hard. So I kind of want to just like record a bunch this week for The Sims. So if there's anything specific, like a good idea, like a really good idea that you'd like to see from me, definitely let me know in the comments section. And then hopefully, also because I've been reading a lot this month, I want to do like what I read in June and what I want to read in July. I want to do that kind of video over on my lifestyle channel too, because books are also a part of real life. So it's a part of lifestyle, right? Like they fall under the same category. So yeah, I really I want to do something like that too, and I have to have time next week to record that video. So yeah, definitely let me know if there's anything specific you would like to see. No cottages though, because we're saving those for when cottage living comes out. But if there's anything else you want to see, definitely let me know. So this house was actually highly inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest. What is new? Where's the surprise? There is none, because I browse, like I spend a lot of time browsing on Pinterest. Whenever I'm like, I feel like building something, let's go on Pinterest and see what we can what we can take inspiration from or recreate, or not necessarily like full on recreate, because it's hard to do that with real life houses as well. But I like to take inspiration from pictures that I find on Pinterest. So I was just casually browsing. I wasn't meant to build anything big or anything like that, because I actually didn't have a lot of time that day to sit down and record, but or to like spend on one house, because this house ended up taking like 11 hours, 11 hours to record. So I was sitting a lot behind my computer that day, and my legs by the end of that session were just like, no, we're not functioning anymore. You should not be sitting down for that many hours in a day. But anyway, I was browsing around on Pinterest and looking for both cottages for when the pack comes out, but also just what I wanted to build for on that day. And I came across this house, and it was a drawing actually, but it was a drawing from a floor plan website, I think, like a sketch of a house, and it was just beautiful. And I instantly knew, like, okay, this is gonna turn into a big project, but you know what? We're just not gonna sleep. It's fine. Let's just do it. So I ended up starting this build. I ended up eating my dinner at my desk as well, while kind of trying to figure out where, because when I say it took me 10 hours to record a build, I don't actually full on record for 10 hours. I take breaks in between recording, so that like I still sit at my desk, I still look at the build, but I'm trying to plan ahead, like where I want to put furniture, what color scheme I want to go with, what windows I think would look good, that sort of thing, just so that I don't end up with 10 hours of footage. So it always takes me a long time to record a build, but I don't actually record the whole time. But I will sit and work on the build just off cam. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't really know how else to explain it. But it was such a beautiful sketch, and I just really was drawn to it, so I started building it. And it just turned into a rather big project. But I like the outcome, and sometimes that's just, you gotta do what you gotta do if you're really drawn to a build and you feel like you could make this look so good. Just go for it, even though it takes a long time. So yeah, 10 hours, 10, 11 hours. I think it started around 3 and I was done at 1. I don't know how many hours that is. Is that 10 hours? I think that's 10 hours, so yeah. I actually got a question. The reason I'm mentioning this is because sometimes I get questions from people asking how long it actually takes to build some of these houses, and it is something that I actually want to talk about. I know that it's different from builder to builder. Some people just kind of like power through everything, and I don't know how they do it. They're magicians. I can't do that. I like to just take my time, carefully consider what I want to put down, carefully consider what color scheme I want to go for, and then sometimes I change it up midway through the house anyway, but still, I just like to go slowly through everything. So that's the way that I do things. There's no right or wrong, of course. But yeah, I just figured I would explain a little bit about it. But I'm still considering doing that Q&A about like how like the works behind YouTube, so not like what programs they use or that kind of stuff, because that's always listed at the bottom of the description box, but more like what does a day in my work, what does a work day look like to me, like that sort of thing. I'm still considering doing that. It would be up on the other channel, not this one, but I don't know, still considering it. So if that's something any of you are interested in, definitely let me know. So yeah, for the parents, I decided to give them a little bit of a walk-in closet. I had this little space here and I felt like it would either be turned into an office or a walk-in closet. So I decided to go for the walk-in wardrobe or walk-in closet, using a lot of the stuff from Dream Home Decorator. Obviously, I was considering for a second, should I just go for something else? But this is just such an obvious choice. Like, it just fits perfectly. You know, it's like those items are practically made for walk-in wardrobes. So we went for it, even though style-wise it doesn't necessarily fit the whole like vibe of this interior perfectly, but the items are perfect for walk-in wardrobes, so we went for it. And other than that, the parents' bedroom is actually quite small, but I also feel like it's okay. So like the parents have the rest of the house. Sometimes I explain it the way that like the parents get to decide what the rest of the house looks like, whereas the teen only has their own little space to decide what that looks like. So it's fair sometimes that the parents' bedroom is smaller than the kids' or the teens' bedrooms, but not always, of course. But then on top of that, they also have like a separate room for their closet, and they also have an ensuite bathroom. None of the kids have that upstairs. There is actually, I decided to put, it's not that decorated, just because there were a lot of windows in there and I decided to put down a big TV up there too. So I didn't really have a lot of space to place down decor, but they also actually do have like an entertainment room upstairs. So they have a gigantic TV and a console. It's next room I'm decorating, I think, possibly. Yeah, this one. So they have like a gigantic TV there and also some consoles. There's a foosball table behind the couch as well. Hopefully, you know, they'll agree on not playing at the same time as the movie is running, because that would be super annoying. That would be super loud. But at least in real life it would be. I'm pretty sure the Sims do not care about that. But I would be pretty annoyed. In real life, I'd be really, really annoyed. So, because like you can't hear what they're saying then, and I'm not a big fan of subtitles unless I'm watching something in a language that I just don't understand. Such as when I watch K-dramas, I need subtitles, obviously. Otherwise, I will maybe pick up a few words here and there, but that's pretty much it. But I felt like it would be cool for them to have an entertainment room. So they have, it's very, very simple. It's quickly decorated. I put in some modular pieces in there too. It looks a little bit more contemporary compared to the rest of the house, I suppose. But yeah, so the living room on the lower floor is definitely more like the nicer living room, and then the little entertainment room they have up here is basically just like go ham, just watch what you want to watch, have play loudly or whatever, we don't care, it's fine. Play on your consoles or whatever. And this is also the floor that all the kids' bedrooms are on as well. So I hope the parents know how to tell them to go to bed in the evening, but if not, that's not our issue. The Sims parents will have to figure that one out. So yeah, we're decorating I think we already finished the tiny human's bedroom, and other than that, we're decorating the kids and also the teens' bedroom. They have like, there is a bathroom right next to the toddler's bedroom, by the way. I know that some of you guys are really annoyed when the toddler's bedroom is on the second floor, but anything else wouldn't fit into this house, so it is what it is. Hopefully you can teach the toddler to walk up and down the stairs quickly. If not, then your Sim parents will have to carry it, or the teen will have to do it. I did what I had to do. So anyway, but there is both, what's it called? potties. There are potties in both of the bathrooms, just so you guys know. And also there is a bathroom right next to the tiny human's bedroom, just in case of emergency. But they have a smaller one shared between the two, the teen and also the kid here. So I hope they don't mind that too much. Maybe, you know, if the teen is taking up too much time in the bathroom, because I know I did that a lot when actually, no. I got ready in my bedroom. I wouldn't get ready in the bathroom. And I also always showered in the evening because I'm just not a morning person. So I showered in the evening. It's fine. But I would always get ready in my bedroom instead of in the bathroom. So we never had anyone who spent a lot of time in the bathroom in the morning. Everyone's just always kind of showered in the evening in my family. I think also because I did a lot of taekwondo, so showering after coming home from that would just make more sense than waiting until the next morning. And my sisters also worked out in the evening after school. They would shower before going to bed, so there was no one really taking up a lot of time in the bathroom in the morning. But I've heard of families, I don't know if it's just like TV, like series and stuff where it happens, but fighting over the bathroom time in the morning, that's apparently a thing in some households. Not in mine though. And now we all live separately, so because we're all grown-ups. But my point was, if it's an issue, there are 2 bathrooms on the 2nd floor, so everything should be good. There's actually also a powder room on the bottom floor, so that means just a sink and a toilet, because there was that in the original build and I thought it was cute, so I put it in there. But anyway, we have moved on to the exterior. Ignore these rugs that I put down. I'm calling them rugs because they're technically under rugs, but I think they're supposed to be like stone paths or something. They're from Get Together. I use them like crazy, but I actually ended up swapping them out for a tile, I think. It would be under tile in the catalog. I'm not really sure, but it's super cute and it just fit the house a lot better. And also with this much landscaping to do, I feel like the stone path, rug, whatever we want to call that, it's a little much. I do change the color of it so it matches the tiles leading up to the front door, but still it was a little much, so I ended up going for a different tile, just so you guys know. I don't actually know why I ended up doing the interior before I even chose the color scheme for the exterior. It was just like, I completely forgot to finish the facade of the house before I started doing the interior, but sometimes it's actually also better to do it that way, because if you've already decorated the whole exterior of the house and then it turns out that you have to do some floor plan changes, that can become a little bit difficult. So sometimes I will actually recommend that you start with the interior, and if not the full interior, at least just the floor plan before you start decorating the exterior of the house. Does that make sense? Sometimes it would suck to have done the whole landscaping and then it turns out that you have to extend one of the rooms and then you would have to make changes to the landscaping after that. So sometimes it's just better to do the floor plan before you start doing anything with the exterior. So like decorating the house, color scheme, wallpaper, what else is there? Just landscaping, tiles, all that sort of stuff. So just a little note. There was a time where I actually preferred to make very closed off front yards so that I would have basically have fencing all the way around the build, but these days I prefer a lot more open front yard. Not just these days, it's been like this for a long time, but there was a time where I basically just put at least if not fencing, then bushes or something all the way around the build so that the whole lot would be framed up. But I just feel like it looks very nice when everything is open at the front, as long as you don't have an actual front yard with a clothesline and a pool and a grill area or whatever. I actually think it looks good when it's quite open and inviting. We have a good amount of curb appeal or whatever that is called. So yeah, that's what I went for this house as well. But I remember thinking back while I was decorating doing the landscaping here at the front, I remember thinking back I used to do so much fencing around the builds, or maybe fencing around the backyard, but then bushes or hedges at the front, in the front yard. And it's just not been like that for such a long time. but the open vibes are a lot better for me personally, so I think I'm just probably gonna stick to that for a long time from now. So also these days I've been enjoying using this very low fence from, I think it's base game actually. This one is base game. There's also one from Get to Work, which is called something with window shopping, I think. But I like using this one from base game to kind of like line up the areas where I want landscaping, where I want plants. And then, because also the color of it matches the terrain paint, which is so pleasing to me. So I've been doing that quite a lot, both with my base game builds, but also my other builds. I'll probably change it up a little bit, maybe change it to white instead of brown, but I just really like that the terrain paint and the color of this low fence that they match, it's so pleasing. So I don't know. I've been doing that quite a lot lately, but I know that I've been doing it quite a lot lately, so I'm aware. And this is the tile that we end up using. It kind of comes in, like 4 of them together make up one tile, so it's a little bit of a puzzle getting it to work properly. It wasn't really full on doing it. As you can see, there's a couple of places where they don't put, like they're not together by 4. I don't know how to explain that because I can't phrase everything. It's not my language, it's fine. So, but I like that tile these days. It looks good. And I've been overusing that one a little bit too. Do you guys not get like periods of time where you found a trick that really works, or you found something, not necessarily a trick, but like a combination of items that you think really works, and then you just kind of stick to it for a while? I definitely do that a lot when I build. So this tile is one of them. There's also a wallpaper and a floor that I use in like a combination of wallpapers and floors that I use for pools, for example. And I've been using this little round bush as well a lot, sized down a couple of times for my landscaping a lot lately. I don't know. I have habits like that. Do you guys do that too when you build, where you find stuff that you just really think works and then you use it a lot for future builds? I don't know. Let me know that I'm not the only one, please. I also sometimes get questions about the fencing in my backyards because I know that it's not just like a square or rectangle. I kind of add a couple of angles to it here and there. It's just to add shape to the backyard, basically. It's like if you make floor plans for houses, they're a lot easier to do if there's a little bit of shape to the house. So a house like this would be a lot easier to make a floor plan for compared to a squared house. Squared houses are the worst ones. So it's the same for me with the backyard. I just like to add a little bit of shape to it so it's not just a square, but I know that that's not realistic. I know that a lot of backyards are basically just, you know, they have 2 corners and that is it. But for the Sims, not every... Simsed? Did I just call it Simsed? Anyway, for The Sims, not everything necessarily has to be super realistic. So if I like the look of this, I will stick to it. And it just gives, for me personally, it gives the backyard a little bit of a better flow. And not everything is like side by side. I don't know how to explain it, but I just like that it adds shape, basically. So, but anyway, other than that, they have the pool, there's a swing, there's also a grill area with a smaller lounge area next to it, and there's also a gardening area because I figured these Sims would probably be into gardening. They have a rather big garden, so I would hope so. But I placed down some bigger plant pots so they can plant some trees or maybe grow their own vegetables or whatever they want to grow there. And that is actually pretty much it, I think. The backyard is fairly simple, but I feel like it works with the house. We're kind of using some of the same elements as we did with the front of the house as well, using the same tiles or a combination of the tiles, and also using the same low fence and the same plants as well. So that kind of adds coherence, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files will be on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box and also in the pinned comment. If you like Roblox videos, definitely check out my Roblox channel. And if you like lifestyle videos, so you want to see vlogs or me talk about books or videos about fashion or makeup or anything like that, definitely check out my lifestyle channel. Both of those channels will be linked to in the description box and also in the pinned comment. And that is all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
If I will ever figure out where the road goes, even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky's